Oh, sorry, the connection went down for a minute. I love you. That's what he said. No, I didn't believe him. I didn't believe him then, and I don't believe him now. It's too little too late. He was grasping at straws to get me to stay. I don't know. Perhaps he did mean it. But it doesn't really matter now what he meant. No, I won't be seeing him again. It wasn't working. I was looking forward to holidays, a trip to Paris or something like that, and I really didn't want to go with him. Yeah, I'll be okay. More evenings with Netflix. No chill. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I'll have the energy for it. Perhaps. Where is it? The thing is, it's an hour and a half to get across London and then another hour and a half to get back. It would have to be a really good party to be worth it. You say that, but it's just as likely to be John and his mates talking about football. I don't know, you might see me there. Otherwise, I'll just probably catch up on a drag race or something. I know I should. There's lots I should be doing to sort myself out, but when are you meant to have the time? I know you didn't. I know. It's just work. If I'm honest, it's all a bit crap. I knew the breakup was coming. I've been wondering whether I should do it for the last month, but it's just everything else on top of it. The grind of work, you go off, you come home. And when are you meant to do anything else? London would be so good if you didn't have to earn a living to live in it. Yeah. Do you remember school? Yeah, proving you have all these other interests, and now, as an adult, no time to actually do them. Perhaps. Next weekend? The Crown? Claire said there's a new menu. I know. By the time I've got home from work and got on the bus, I've spent half the night rushing around. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's frantic at the moment. We've always got one of those deadlines that's just 3 weeks away. The news? Too depressing. I mean, America. What the hell? The virus? Yeah, sort of. But it wouldn't happen over here, would it?
The 24th of March 2020. In a televised address from Downing Street, the Prime Minister has announced strict curbs on life in the UK to tackle the spread of coronavirus. Shops selling non-essential goods have been told to shut, and gatherings in public of more than 2 people will be prohibited. Mr. Johnson said the country faced a moment of national emergency and staying at home was necessary to protect the NHS and save lives. He said that if too many people became seriously unwell at one time, the NHS will be unable to handle it, meaning more people are likely to die. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn said the measures were the right response. The UK death toll from coronavirus has risen by 58 to a total of 335.
Up to much next week? Me neither. I guess I'll have to take up running or something as an excuse to leave the flat. I did go on that park run last year. Meant getting up early on a Sunday. It was okay, but I only have 2 chances to stay in bed every week and I wasn't giving up one of them. No, as promised, I've not seen Marcus. Got a couple of texts, but, well, there's no chance of seeing him again now. No, I'm not on the lookout. How am I meant to be on the lookout? I am literally stuck in my flat and meant to stay 2 metres away from anyone else. If fate went all out to stop me being on the lookout, this is literally what it would have done. Blind dates on Zoom? Really? Is that a thing? I suppose I would have the excuse of the internet connection going down to get out of it. Would you try it? I know you don't need to, but you probably would, wouldn't you? Nah, I think I can survive lockdown without that. How is lockdown with Ryan? Sounds a bit intense. Yeah, I suppose. I'll tell you what I won't miss. The commute. Wedged onto the tube, your head shoved up someone's armpit. If you're lucky, you get to sit down and listen to the tinny noise from someone's headphones, or get elbowed by someone that just can't sit in one seat. Or leered at by some man who actually thinks he's being subtle. You know, there are really people who think they can pick people up on the tube out there. I know I'm having a rant, but it's horrible. Not having the commute is one upside. A lie-in, and not fighting on the tube, it could be worse. I'll be alright. Infinite TV, some books. Yeah, work's still paying me. We're all online, admin frantically running around trying to make sure the IT's working. It's odd though. It's like we're all still doing stuff, but no one's taking it seriously anymore. Everyone's only got one eye on work. My boss, he's trying to homeschool his children at the same time. Imagine. Yeah, we get halfway through a meeting and he has to run off with screaming in the background. It's great. Well, great for us. That's it. What do you take seriously when all of this has happened? What's really important when the shit hits the fan? Toilet roll. I got a family-size pack from the corner shop. I'm okay for the duration. Snuck in last thing last night, after they had a delivery. You have to be paying attention. I have pasta, wine, chocolate and painkillers. What else do you need? No, I won't drink it all at once. It's all a bit mad, isn't it? Yeah, I spoke to Claire. She's okay. Should all be over in a few weeks and then we can have that drink.
The 12th of April 2020. The Prime Minister has today been discharged from hospital. Downing Street said the PM would continue his recovery at his country residence, Chequers. A spokesman said, on the advice of his medical team, the PM will not be immediately returning to work. He wishes to thank everybody at St Thomas's for the brilliant care he has received. All of his thoughts are with those affected by the illness. Statistics released today show an additional 737 coronavirus-related hospital deaths, bringing the total to 10,612. It comes after one of the government's most senior scientific advisors has said that the UK is likely to be one of the worst affected countries in Europe.
Alice, are you there? It's like work. Spending all day trying to work out if my internet connection's gone down. Bloody virgin. I am using it as an excuse not to put my camera on when I haven't got out of my pyjamas. I think I'm going to have to use it next week to get out project reviews. Sorry. Oh, what was that you said about being over budget? Oh, can't quite hear you. Yeah, okay, I think. It's hard to tell. You? Really? He does what? And you didn't know before he moved in? Have you got anyone else you could go to and walk down the canal, the park near you? It's shut. Really? So there's nowhere you can go to? It's all a bit scary, isn't it? Yeah. Claire wanted to meet for a socially distanced walk. No, we're not meant to go anywhere near each other, and I don't believe James has stayed a safe distance away from anyone. I don't know if it's rational or not. How are you meant to know? Every time you turn on the news, there's at least 3 different people saying different things. They don't know. That's probably the truth of it. It's not like they've had years to study this. It's not like the movies, Alice. There's not some genius who can just sit and work it out in an afternoon. I know. I haven't seen anyone, well, other than at the shops for, 4 weeks now? It's like The Walking Dead, isn't it? Without Andrew Lincoln. And the shooting. All right, it's not much like The Walking Dead. The end of the world's happened and we're all sat about watching the Tiger King. Do you think she killed her husband? I don't know. Of course it's dodgy. It's all dodgy, but that doesn't mean she did it. All right, She probably did it. It reminds me of the Wild West. They're all in charge of their own little kingdoms. Now, they won't be social distancing. I've caught up on Big Little Lies, and I've been watching the National Theatre stuff again. I've watched more theatre in the last 3 weeks than I have in the last 4 years living in London. I know. It's a bit of an indictment of living in London, isn't it? You see more of it in lockdown than in real life. I'm down to do one of those museum tours next week. I know. And I finally got to read that book my mum bought me for Christmas. And started to work through the shelf of all the other books that I've been given and never got round to. Wolf Hall. Hard work. Couldn't manage it on the tube. I should have been paying attention when we did it in history. But it's good. I'm just a bit disappointed it's taken this long to get round to it. We could start a book club. Go on, get some of us together, read, talk. I haven't discussed a book for years. Go on. It's not the worst way the world could end. Not having to spend 2 hours a day on the tube and getting to catch up on culture.
The 25th of May 2020. In a lengthy press conference today, the Prime Minister's chief advisor, Dominic Cummings, said that he did not regret his actions and believed he acted within the law. Mr. Cummings said the reason he drove his family to the town of Barnard Castle was that he was testing his eyesight to see if he could make the trip back down to London. Afterwards, the Prime Minister announced further plans to ease the lockdown. Outdoor markets and car showrooms will be able to reopen from the 1st of June. New guidance has been published for the retail sector, detailing measures they should take to meet necessary social distancing standards. The number of coronavirus deaths in the UK rose by 121 to 36,914.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. I know, I've joined an online choir. There's quite a few of them. I've looked them up, seen what they're up to. No talent necessary. It's not like we're about to be performing in the Royal Albert Hall or anything like that, but it's quite fun. Yeah. We have a chat at the beginning, at the end, and who knows, we might even meet up in the real life soon. Yeah, I know. Anything's possible. I could take up the violin or something. All right, not the violin, but you get my point. And I have actually been running to the park down the road with the trees. It's nice. Work's okay, I suppose. It's just a bit more, I don't know, what's the word? Compartmentalised. I do some work and then finish. I switch the camera off when I'm in a scary meeting so no one will see me, and it all just seems a bit less stressful now. It seems less like everything depends on it when there's been an actual world falling apart event going on outside. I'm lucky though. I still have work for now. I'm not going to get laid off and everyone's just a bit more chilled. Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Who else are you talking to? I know. Call me whenever if you need to. It's not like I'm going anywhere. Claire said that she was finding it difficult as well. There might be an end in sight though, they're saying July. Alice, what do you think will happen when this is all over? Do you think we'll go back to normal? I'm not sure I want everything back. No, of course I want to see you and Claire and Amy, that should go without saying, but everything else? Late nights at work? Early mornings? Yeah, I know I'm lucky. When were you working till? That's hard. How do you keep working that long? I suppose. Well, you know I'm always here if you want to chat.
The 4th of July 2020. Pubs, restaurants, hairdressers and cinemas have reopened with strict social distancing rules. Chancellor Rishi Sunak has welcomed the reopening of business, saying it was good news people were working again. 2 households are now able to meet indoors, including for overnight stays, although they have to maintain social distancing. Labour leader Keir Starmer criticised the government's messaging as all over the place. The latest figures released on Saturday showed a further 67 people died in the UK after testing positive for coronavirus, bringing the death toll to 44,198.
You're going back? Back into work? Back to everything? I suppose so, but how are they doing it? And how are you getting in? I don't think I could go on the tube. But if everyone goes back, it won't be. We can't all go back. It's just not possible. No, I'm not going back for now. I'm not sure they could do it in our office, and I can't see why they'd want us back. This is the new normal. Who knows if we'll all be in London in a couple of years? They don't need us here, do they, if we can work from home? They're talking about getting rid of half the floor space and only coming in when there's a good reason. I suppose I don't know if I'm going back. If I want to go back. Why? Why would I? I've been at home for 4 months. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to where I was, stuck in a rut, getting up, getting on the tube, staring at adverts for things I never get to see. Come winter, do I want to be up before dawn and home after dark? For what? Forever? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether I should even be here. In London. I don't need to be, not really. It's just a habit. I'd assumed I'd had to, but I don't, do I? Of course. Thanks, but I don't know where else I'd go. I know they've done it, but they're not me. Oh, I'm sorry, Alice. I don't know where this has all come from. I just need to get myself together. Yeah. Yeah, perhaps. When were you thinking? Yeah, the beer garden. We could see each other. I could probably walk there, couldn't I? I know it's an hour, but I could. Not everything has to be on the tube. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you there. I don't want to go back. I won't.
The 6th of January 2021. England's 3rd national lockdown has come into force. The measures, which include a stay-at-home order and the closure of schools to most pupils, were announced by the Prime Minister. The number of new daily confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the UK topped 60,000 for the first time. It is thought that 1 in 50 people in private households in England had the virus last week, rising to 1 in 30 in London. The Prime Minister said he had no choice but to impose the new lockdown, with the number of COVID patients in hospital 40% higher than the first peak. 1.3 million people in the UK have been vaccinated so far. The government had set a target of immunising the 4 most vulnerable groups by mid-February. 1,041 further people died within 28 days of a positive COVID-19 test, bringing the death toll to 77,346.
Yes, I'm still here. Where else was I going to be? I think I've watched everything that might have been good on TV. Can you finish Netflix? I think I have. How are you doing? Really? That's good. If you two can survive Christmas and New Year in one flat, you can do anything. I went to see my parents. Got out of lockdown just before the Tier 4 announcement. Oh, it's like being 16 again. Back in my old bedroom, whole family watching the same TV, trying not to swear, trying not to talk too much politics. Yeah. What do you talk about though? What have you done over the last couple of months? Nothing. Do you want a game of Scrabble? Oh, God, I hate Scrabble. Do you remember summer? Everyone thought it was over. I got sunburnt that day. Yeah, he rang me. We were going to go on a date and then lockdown number 2 came along. We talked a bit, Zoom dates, but it just didn't really work. It petered out. And if it went well, Zoom sex, was that the future? Work's okay for now, but I don't want to go back to it. I've been looking. Don't know what else I'd do. Retrain? Same thing, but at a saner company? It's not exactly the best time to be changing career, but I'm still looking. You have to. Yes, you can hold me to that.
The 23rd of March 2021. The UK is marking 1 year since the first coronavirus lockdown. Candles have been lit on doorsteps around the country and major landmarks illuminated in yellow. A further 112 deaths were reported within 28 days of a positive test, taking the total by this measure to 126,284. England's Chief Medical Officer, Professor Chris Whitty, warned there would be bumps and twists on the road, including the emergence of new variants. However, he said a wall of vaccinated people would reduce the ratio between the number of cases and the resulting death toll. As of Monday, more than 28.3 million people have received a first vaccine dose.